Hello, I'm Ian. This is Somerset News Network. It's Wednesday, and it's PMQs time at 12 o'clock today, and it's 22:11. Now, with all the scandal that's come out with the Epstein files, talking about Prince Andrew and talking about Mandelson, there's a photograph of Mandelson in Epstein's Paris flat, thought to be in 2009, with a young lady in a bathrobe. And there's emails between Epstein and Mandelson. And Mandelson is giving Epstein government information. He's manipulating the Chancellor at the time at the request of Epstein. That's what it looks like to me. A minister, I think he was business secretary at the time, a minister of the Crown, giving a foreign agent, who we now know may be involved with Mossad, KGB, or maybe CIA, information about what the government's going to do. It could mean, as he's a financier, as Epstein that is, that it could be manipulating markets with the information that Epstein is giving him. Has he been given inside information from the Chancellor and then passing it on to Epstein? Don't know. Pose the question. The big question for Starmer at today's PMQs is, how much did he know? Did he have the MI5 file? Did MI5 look in to the relationship between Mandelson and Epstein? These are questions that's got to be answered. How much did Starmer know, and why, if he knew it, did he appoint him as the ambassador for America? That's one of the top jobs in the civil service. In the diplomatic service, that one of the top positions is the ambassador to the United States. And he didn't employ a senior civil servant or a lower rank ambassador. He employed a political motivator, a political PR man, a Labour operative. Now, we know that Labour supplied 20 Labour staffers to work for Harris at the last American election. So we've been interfering with American politics. It was reported in the pro-Labour press, or it was hinted at, that David Lammy, who was Foreign Secretary at the time, the newly appointed ambassador to the United States, Mandelson, and our Prime Minister, Starmer, were going to do a deal with Trump. They were going to stitch Trump up. That's what they were hinting at. They wanted to embarrass Trump. And Mandelson was part of that deal, I believe, allegedly. Now, question is Kemi Badenoch got enough guts to stand up? She's only got 6 questions. But she's got Starmer, as they say, by their short and curlies on this one. We would have Starmer on the short and curlies if we were there. Anybody could stand up and ask questions. How much did he know? If he didn't know, why didn't he know? What MI5 told him, MI6. After all, the Prime Minister is the head of the security services. And if he didn't know, why didn't he know? That's important. And with the scandals of Mandelson before, how can he rely on him when he goes to the States not to be up to the same tricks? Mandelson's husband, it was the boyfriend, but then it became his husband, was given one of Epstein's villas in the States. And it was put in his name. So that, I believe, then Mandelson wouldn't have to declare it as a freebie. Starmer could be asked about this. Did he know? And if he didn't know, why didn't he know? Inept. He's either complicit or inept. And whichever one it is, the last question should be, of the six, Prime Minister, I'm afraid you either knew and didn't act, you were complicit, or you didn't know and was inept, therefore you should resign, call an election and let the people decide. There you are. Simple. Done. Starmer has not got a leg to stand on. But I'll tell you what will happen. Starmer will stand up and he'll read little bits of script off his notes, because these are all prepared beforehand, because he doesn't want to speak off the cuff. And he will read every note. I expect it's been through his spin doctors, it's been through the lawyers, and obviously he's might have put bits in himself. And he'll read a statement for every question that he's asked. And he might even try and throw it back on the Conservatives. Can't do it with this one. If he starts throwing it back at the Conservatives, then all hell should break loose. But he will say what he said in the press, that Mandelson should go and give evidence to the Select Committee in the United States, and that he's resigned, and he's resigned from the Labour Party, and that it's being investigated by the police and he can't make a comment. That's what Starmer will say. The House of Commons is a court. It's one of the highest courts of the land, apart from the Supreme Court with the law lords. But that's what the Commons is. And the Commons has the right to ask the questions and get the answers. And we've also got to hope that the Speaker doesn't allow Starmer to use the rhetoric of, oh, the Conservatives didn't do it and the Conservatives did this. You wait and see. I don't believe that the Speaker is working for the House or the people. That's us. He's supposed to be independent. But he's a Labour MP. And he does not pull Starmer up. And he lets Starmer get away with things. He lets Starmer lie to the House. When Starmer is asked a question, Starmer's main defence is what the Tories did. We're in the mess we're in because of the Tories. And the Speaker doesn't pull in upon it because he's sympathetic to the Labour Party. Now, Betty Ruthroyd called Blair out for this. I was in the House the day that it happened. My MP got me into the gallery so I could watch PMQs. Tony Blair was asked a question and he started the same old rhetoric. The Tories did this, the Tories did that. And Betty Boothroyd said, we are not here to answer what the Tories did. You are here to answer what the government is going to do. And after that, it stopped for a while. Now Starmer's back in, he's back up doing it. So, told you what I think. 12 o'clock, we'll find out. And I'll do another video. I'll do a part 2 to this. And we'll analyse what Starmer was asked and how he replied. And I bet you it'll be... I can't comment because it's a police matter. I tell you, I know that squirming little rat and what he'll do. Anyway, let me see if I'm right. Bye-bye for now.